Welcome to episode 2 of the Rusted Barbell. My name is William and this is my simple basement setup for weight training. Only a few days ago I lifted up the barbell for the first time in approximately 18 months. I did some deadlifts and rows and surprised myself that my knees did not explode and my spine did not shatter. At 45 years old, I had a subconscious feeling that I wouldn't be able to walk the next morning, but it turns out that things were absolutely fine. Though I've lost approximately 10 kilograms in body weight over the last 12 months, made myself significantly fitter, I have lost quite a lot of strength. And seeing as my current setup is limited to squat stands and just the barbell, at most I think that I could get in squats and deadlifts. This was the first squat that I had done in an equal amount of time, a year and a half. And again, my shins did not shatter and my knees did not blow, so I'm quite happy. My left shoulder has a significant mobility issue from an injury well over 20 years ago. Now I can't wrap it down and underneath the barbell, so back squats are out of the question, and my half-hearted dream of entering a powerlifting competition is long gone, because one must back squat in order to do a powerlifting meet. At absolute best, if I was to ever try powerlifting, it would be a push and pull. That would be a bench press and deadlift. However, as you can see, I also don't have a bench, which leaves me significantly hindered in any real strength sports activity. So if the idea of any kind of competition is long gone, what am I left with exactly? Not much more than a YouTube channel and some basement dwelling, so it would seem. However, I still have goals for myself, even at this advanced age. I always trained seriously, but never trained significantly to become super strong. There was a period in time when I started to become stronger than the average gym goer, but didn't quite pursue the goals that I set out for myself. A few years back, I did say I'd like to try strongman or powerlifting in some lower level, just to give it a shot and try it once. But having a combat sports background, I couldn't fight the itch. Got myself heavy, got myself strong, and back I went into Thai boxing. Injuries later and no achievements later, I was just a man who had achieved very little in either sport. Well, now I have no excuses, right? I have a basement and I have a bar. So let's set some goals. And goal number 1 is not to really set any goals at all. It's just to stay consistent, feel things out, see how my body responds. But all of this is under a guideline of doing things correctly, avoiding injury, warming up properly, and not taking any risks unnecessarily. Not taking any risks will be quite difficult, as occasionally I'm rather stupid. As you can see here, I stripped the bar down just to see whether or not I could actually still back squat. Despite stating earlier that I don't have the mobility to do so, I still gave it a shot just to test it out. Which is, of course, stupid. And as you can see here, I managed to get underneath the bar. I even managed to walk it out. But the problem was, as soon as those squats were done, I could barely re-rack it. Nearly injured myself again, and all for the sake of just seeing how things are. Going forward, we'll just stick to the deadlifts, stick to the front squats, a few other basic exercises, get things moving and get back into the groove.